My life revolves around construction, early mornings, backbreaking hours, and coming home so drained I barely keep my eyes open. It's a tough routine, but Natalie, my wife, always made me feel like it mattered. She constantly reminded me how proud she was, how much she appreciated my sacrifices. She told me she loved me, and I believed her. That morning seemed like any other. I kissed her goodbye at exactly 6, grabbed a hot coffee on the way out, and hit the road. She was still curled up under the covers, completely at peace. If I'd known how the rest of the day would unfold, I never would have walked out that door. Around midday, my phone buzzed. It was my boss. Materials hadn't come through. Everything was stalled. "Take the rest of the day off," he said. I won't lie, I was grateful. It's not often we get time off. I decided to surprise Natalie with lunch, something we rarely had the chance to enjoy together. But the moment I pulled into the driveway, something felt off. There was a car parked out front, one I didn't recognize. My stomach gave a small twist, but I brushed it off. Maybe a neighbor's guest, maybe a delivery. Still, unease settled over me like a shadow. The closer I got to the door, the heavier each step felt. I couldn't explain it, but deep down, something inside me had already started connecting the dots. My palms were damp as I reached for the doorknob. The moment I stepped in, I heard laughter, light and careless, and then hushed voices, whispers that didn't belong. That's when I heard it. A man's voice. Not the TV, not a podcast. A real person. Deep familiar. Too comfortable. My heart pounded so violently it drowned out everything else. I moved slowly, trying not to make a sound. The voices guided me straight to the bedroom. Our bedroom. Each step down the hallway felt like dragging a mountain. My limbs grew heavier with every inch, and my stomach turned violently. The door was slightly ajar, just enough for me to see inside without being noticed. There she was, Natalie, my wife, wrapped around a man who wasn't me. Her arms held him the way they used to hold me. Her touch moved across him in a way that once felt sacred between us. I stood frozen, breath trapped in my lungs. Just a few seconds, that's all it took. And then I turned away. I didn't make a sound. Just inhaled slowly, trying not to let the rage rip me apart from the inside. I walked out, climbed into my truck, and sat there with both hands gripping the wheel like it was the only thing keeping me together. My mind spun. My chest ached. I was drowning in betrayal. But I knew what needed to happen. No yelling. No chaos. I hit record, then sent her the clip. No message. No caption. Just the truth, plain and sharp. Didn't take long. A scream erupted from the house. Then the door burst open. Natalie came rushing out in a robe, eyes wide with terror, voice trembling. "Wait, please, this isn't what it looks like," she cried, breath coming fast, face pale as snow. I didn't say a word. My stare was blank, my expression unreadable. Whatever pain I had felt earlier was gone. I had nothing left for her. She reached out to touch me, but I recoiled instantly. I didn't want her near me. Not anymore. And behind her, in the doorway, stood the man. Shirtless. Shame written all over him. He didn't speak. He just looked like he wanted the earth to open and swallow him whole. "You've got it all wrong. You don't understand," she sobbed. "I understand perfectly," I said, voice hard as stone. I turned the key in the ignition, and just like that, I was gone. She screamed my name, over and over. My phone blew up. Call after call. Message after message. I ignored every single one. By the time I reached my friend's place, the screen was lit up like a Christmas tree, texts pouring in. Apologies. Please. Explanations soaked in tears. I didn't respond. I didn't need to. Somewhere between my driveway and the open road, the reality hit me square in the chest. She wasn't remorseful about what she did. She was just sorry she got caught. And that told me everything I needed to know. That night, I stayed at a friend of Mark's. The guy didn't ask questions. Just handed me a cold beer, gave a quiet nod, and let me be. That silence meant more than any words. Sleep was out of the question. Every time I closed my eyes, all I could see was the betrayal. Their bodies tangled in my sheets. The sound of her laugh. Her expression. It replayed endlessly in my mind like some twisted film I couldn't escape. Morning came, and the barrage of messages started up again. More of the same. Desperate words begging for another chance to explain. But I didn't need her explanations. I needed peace, so I typed out one line. I'll send someone to get my things. No speech. No argument. No storm of emotion. The second I hit send, it was like something inside me unclenched. A weight fell off. I wasn't going to fight for someone who had already given up on me. I laid low at Mark's for the next few days. Kept my phone on silent. Ignored her calls. Skipped the messages from mutual friends. I had no energy left to waste. It wasn't long before the whispers started. Natalie had begun spreading her version of events. It was a mistake. It didn't mean anything. But the video didn't lie. It didn't need interpretation. I made sure it reached the right eyes. Her family, mine. No gossip. No guessing. Just raw proof on a screen. Her excuses didn't survive a second. They collapsed under the truth. I didn't explode. I didn't beg. I didn't create a scene. I just walked away. And that calm exit, that silence, it turned out to be the most powerful revenge of all.